This episode is sponsored by Dress Blank, a brand that I've worked with and worn for many years. Dress Blank is all about the modern, essential wardrobe, pieces that make getting dressed feel simple again. Their clothing is understated, thoughtful, and flattering without trying too hard. It's the kind of pieces that I pack for trips or throw on in a regular weekday, and I rely on them when I want to feel polished without overthinking it. They offer worldwide shipping, and US orders over $99 ship free, which is always a win. If you're craving a closet that feels calm and cohesive and effortless, head to dressblank.com and take a look. This is one of those brands that you'll wonder how you lived without. Rechama Jaffa, welcome to Pod by Pen.
Rechama Rosenzweig, Pod by Pen.
Rosenzweig, you will always be Jaffa to me. I'm so sorry.
I feel like I'm Jaffa to
I
everyone.
apologize, Mikey.
I feel like I'm Jaffa
She's
to
too
everyone.
famous. She's too famous. She's also drama.
D-rama, ladies and gentlemen.
D-rama, which I will always call drama.
Most
Basia
people do
literally
that.
asks me, Ma, can I wear my drama sweatshirt?
I love it.
She
Whenever
like
you post
runs
it, I love it.
around in it. I'm like, she doesn't even know what this is. She doesn't know how iconic it is.
Okay, but she is.
She's an
Little
icon
Miss,
in
Miss
herself.
Drama.
Yeah, exactly.
So Pod by Pen.
Is that
We're
my
here.
new name, Pod? Is that what you're gonna call me?
By the way, it's either going to be Pen by Pod or Pod by Pen, whatever comes out of my mouth. Like, we're going to roll with
We
it.
got this.
Huge congratulations to
Thank
you
you so
on your
much.
first episode launch today.
Thank you.
Very exciting. I don't know when
probably
this is going to
won't-
launch,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say,
still.
this probably won't launch for a while, but thank
Who cares?
you.
But I'm very excited. I get to spend your first
I
launch
know.
day with you.
It's honestly a little surreal because I was planning this for 2 years and now it's just out there and like, I really have I'm trying not to have any expectations.
Well, the views are only going up, by the way. I was watching the whole car right
you.
here, so I'm
Thank you,
just
I
saying.
appreciate it. Thank you for the view.
Yeah.
What is going on with you, girl? We need to talk. You're like on this journey publicly, I feel. I feel like
for
I'm
sure.
watching you for years, and now there's been like a little evolution going on, and you're actually in the midst of it.
Yeah, for sure. So let me just introduce myself. For the people that don't know, I'm Rechama Jaffa, Rechama Rosenzweig. I own D-rama. My Instagram handle is D-rama. And what D-rama is 7 years ago, I started a clothing line for plus size women, sizes 10 to 24. What's extremely cool about it is that when I started it, I was 300 pounds. And yes, I know, shocking. But I really wanted to start a company for plus size women, by a plus size woman, because it's not just extended sizing in a creation, it's for the plus size woman. And I really focused my sole being on that for 7 years. And I found that at the end of this past year, 2025, I was really having like burnt out syndrome, but like on such a level that it was coming out online in the clothing. It wasn't as high quality. There were definitely things that led up to it, like my manufacturer just deciding one day from the next he's closing. It was really hard for me. I mean, Baruch Hashem gave me a great business, but he also gave me a blessing with a friendship attached to it with my manufacturer. And when he closed, I was devastated. And also, he did everything for me. I was spoiled. He spoiled me. He helped me with my marking, my grading. He told me where to go for fabric. It wasn't that I had to do so much legwork. So I really was given a business on a silver platter. Yes, of course, I came up with the creations and I worked hard. Not to say that things weren't hard. However, it totally was something that we did joint together and it was devastating. But on a personal level, I totally understood why he was closing. So it was really hard for me. And that was like the first bump. That was the first bump that came up and I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And I am definitely the surviving type, which we discussed previously.
Yeah, we're survivors.
And I pivoted. I found a new manufacturer. I explained it on my social media, like, guys, like, I wanna be real with you. I wanna be open. Things may be different. Quality may be different. The sizing may be different. It's a new manufacturer. I'm starting fresh. And the feedback was really like, wow, thanks for the honesty. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for, and over the last 7 years, I've worked really hard to grow my social media within this platform. I also share a lot about my weight loss journey, about the surgeries I had. And I feel like that from that, it grew. And then I would say probably around Pesach time, I had a worker who just like up and left. Workers are very hard to come by. Up and left in a very abrupt way, and it was just like, it was like eating at me, like how I'm flicking myself. That's what I mean. Like it like was just like one thing, the manufacturer, two things, the worker. The
Stick
third
the
thing
knife
was
in and
the
twist
third.
it.
Yeah, the third thing was that I got married in the mix of this 7 years, and I also moved to Florida. My business is primarily in New York, Brooklyn, and flying back and forth was really convenient in the beginning, but it was just getting harder and harder, and the periods of not coming in were getting longer and longer. And when the boss is away, the mice come out to play. And at the end of the day, this is my bread and butter. It's what I care about, but it's not necessarily what a worker cares about. She comes in to pick up a paycheck from 9 to 5, and then that's it. Like, oh, the neighbor upstairs said there's a flood. She doesn't care to run over.
Yeah.
I do. Oh, the girl came to return something and it's 3 months late. Should I let it? Like, while on the phone with me. It was just becoming like whatever. And, on the flip side, I had an amazing person working for me on the back end of the business, the logistics, the shipping, the customer service, all that. And she was like, listen, like, now that the other girl quit, it's not my job to also be a sales girl. I'm not running your whole business while you're sitting in Florida. And I understood her, but I was also like, what's the difference? You're getting paid if it's quiet in the back. But I get her. It's not her job. She got paid for one thing. She got hired for one thing. She, it doesn't compensate for everything. You can't. Yeah, she can't be me.
Also, no one will ever be as invested in your business as you are.
Right. So it was becoming all these things. It was adding up, and then a few companies like copied my designs and things, which on one hand, I could be like, wow, flattered. On the other hand, I'm like, couldn't you be more...
The age-old debate.
Yeah, like, couldn't you be more original? Or, like, couldn't you, like, take a button off? Like, why do you have to go after my thing? I mean, personally, like, okay, try to be me. Go try to be me. Good luck. See how it goes. See how your life is. But, like, I was just, like, that ate at me. And then, like, I decided, okay, you know what? Like, let's close the storefront. Let's move online. So I decided I'm closing the storefront. I told my worker, I packed up the store. I did everything. And one worker is like, okay, my sister's wedding's over this time, so I won't be here to be for the closing, but I'm going to help you till the very end if you need shipping, if you need anything. And I was so grateful. I was like, thanks, you're sticking around for the end. Like, most people could be like, I got to go get a new job. See ya, peace, bye, I'm out. She was like, no, I'll stick around like till the end, So she stuck around. She did her end of her job. She kept up, whatever. The other worker was like, well, it's not my job to pack up your store, and it's your problem. Like, if you don't pay me an extra, like, $10 on top of what you pay me now, like, bye. And I'm like, are you serious? When I'm down and out and you know everything I've been paying you for months, I'm like kind to you, I'm a good boss to you. Now you're gonna if you don't pay me this extra money, like I was like, so like all these things, I was just like burnt out. And so I packed up the store and I told everyone I'm moving online and I'm so excited. I had put in my orders for winter. I had a full line. I was very not in it. And I sat down one night with my husband and I was just like, I just feel like if I'm going to do it, I want to do it full. I want to hit it. I want people to be like, D-rama, love that, coming back for more.
You want to be excited about it.
And not only that, like I felt like my passion, and I'm a very passionate person, was just not there anymore. I was more like burnt out. I was more getting affected by things. And I have a very big backbone. Like I post things on Instagram and people could go cringe and I don't care. Like, you don't pay my bills.
You're not
You
afraid.
don't sleep next to me. I'm good. You don't have to like me. I'm not everyone's flavor of the month, and that's okay. And it took me a long time to get there. I used to care a lot. I used to pick myself apart. I used to really think 30 times before sharing something. And now I'm just like, piece of bills. You find me funny. You're here for it. You're watching the train wreck, or you're watching me succeed. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the views. Every view counts. I'm not like stuck to it. And I was finding myself really like deteriorating in the fact of like, this was affecting me and this was affecting me and her comment was affecting me and them lying to me was affecting me, them using me was affecting. And I was just like, you know what? I need to bounce back and like take a breather. So I put my orders on hold, which they're not happy about. They were not happy. I did pay a nice fee of a cancellation. I put everything on sale and I announced on Instagram that I'm taking a break. Now, I'm the type of person that needs to be busy. Like, I don't do well with boredom. I'm already a shopaholic, so this being bored all day is like also a problem.
It ain't your thing.
No, it's just a problem. Giving somebody too many hours of a day, I think, is not good. Everyone should be productive in their own lives. Nobody should be sitting at home watching TV all day. Like, you need to be a productive human being of society, of your life. It's just good. And I was like, what am I going to do? And people were messaging D-rama. They're like, where are you? Are you okay? How are you? I miss seeing your face. I miss seeing your quotes. Like, through also business, I was also posting things, whether it was like a great TV show or a good snack I bought. Like, I was also doing a little bit of like,
People
either
get
making
invested
fun of
in
influencing
you.
or also influencing, like a little bit of both.
Yeah, by the way, you did a little bit of both, and now here you are.
Right. And so I was like, you know what? Who doesn't love extra cash? Especially now that I'm out doing my business. And I was like, you know what? Let me tap into the fact that like I have a nice following, a really nice following that people work really a long time to get, and they want me. And I was like, okay. So I decided to announce
They
that
appreciate you.
Yeah, I was very real with the ladies. I told them the truth. I was like, guys, like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm evolving. Life is evolving.
You're figuring it
I'm
out as you
taking a
go.
break from my business right now because I need it. And there's no necessarily timeline. I'm figuring it out. Here I am evolving. And you know what? I want to be with you. You want to be with me. So here I am. And I decided to announce that I'm going to do influencing. And man, is this world funny. Oh my gosh.
What was the funniest comment you got?
Oh
after
my gosh.
that?
I can't even tell you. First of all my friends are like cringe that like we make fun of this and now you're becoming this.
Here you are.
And also like, who are you, you little girl? Like, what are you saying? Who are you influencing? But I got to tell you, like, numbers don't lie. It's a numbers game. I see the views. I see them going. I see the amount of sales I bring in.
Feedback.
I see feedback from companies telling me how it works. I learned this whole thing about a media kit. I never had a media kit before. Shout out to Cammie, Mommy Dictionary, for hooking that up for me. She's been totally helpful in this social media influencing situation. So shout out to her. But I just feel like it's a very interesting world.
And you've kind of worked your way backwards.
Totally backwards.
Most people, they start out as an influencer, they grow a following, and then they create some sort of personal business to
either a product or a company
be
or
from
retail,
their following. However, you worked backwards. You created a company that had a following.
I
and
have
now
that
you're
trust.
on this, break. You're not completely done yet. You're not sure what you're gonna do, but
I have that trust with the people.
Yeah,
the people
now
trust me.
Honestly, you're helping out other small businesses in the meantime.
Yeah, so like I was always doing that with my business at the same time. I was always rooting for other businesses. And I was also always hosting things for free in my store. Like I hosted people who have makeup companies in my store. They did at night. They did makeup courses in my store. I'm always the rooter for other people. My mother always tells me that's my biggest my biggest downfall, she always says. But I think it's important to help and support other people. But at the same time, like you also have to look out for yourself in your own corner. That's something like that is
funny
very
that you're
important.
saying that because I just had a conversation with my husband last night about this. He was debating about something in business and he wasn't sure, should I take this opportunity or should I bring this opportunity to someone else and share it because maybe, this person might be...
It would be a stepping stone for them, you're saying?
No, they would have been, let's say, insulted if he didn't include them, etc. And knowing what I know about the situation, I said to him, whatever opportunities come your way, first of all, you should take. Hashem is sending you those opportunities 100%. And I don't think he has an expectation that you need to worry about every person in the same business as you.
Right.
Take your opportunities. You're not hurting anyone. It's given to you. So that's number one. And number two, someone didn't have a good reaction to something that he was committing to. I think they were, feeling that like scarcity mindset. There's not enough, business for everybody. And,
So just disclaimer for the people watching. I don't know where I'm all supposed to look, but it doesn't matter. There is enough business for everyone. I want you just to know that. Yeah. I don't know if you know that, but
I do.
Okay. There's enough business for everyone. Not only is there enough business for everyone, no one is going to take away from your peckle. What that means for the people who don't know what peckle is, no one's going to take away from your portion. Oh, he tells me I have to look here. No one will take away from your portion. At the beginning of the year, we have Jews. I don't know who watches this, but if you're mostly, I think it's mostly Jewish people right now. In the beginning of the year, we have Rosh Hashanah, and Rosh Hashanah, Hashem decides what is going to be for you. And no one is going to come in, no one's going to take away, nothing is going to change. Hashem is the one that is going to take it. So it doesn't matter if someone owns a grocery right next door to your grocery. What is meant for you is for you. And no one will ever take that away from you. I am a big, big believer in that.
You know what, though? I'll tell you something. If someone has never owned a business, and if someone has never been a freelance artist or of similar freelancing, it's very hard to learn that and it's hard to accept it. I mean, it is
It's
hard
also
to
hard
accept
to
it as
understand it,
anyone.
no? Like, to understand that.
Right.
But
Like,
it's really true.
I lived in the wedding industry where it's all freelance. There are, thank God, so many talented vendors from one end of the spectrum to the end. Any client can pick any vendor that they want. And I've heard so many girls say to me, or, you know, collectively to a group say, oh, like, does anyone else feel like they're just not getting booked in this month as much? Or, you know, what about, you know, why did this client choose someone else for this wedding when they used me last time? That's like a big one. Or, you know, and hair and makeup artists, they see, because like we see online, we see photos, videos from different weddings. It's very normal. And girls would voice that to me, friends of mine. And I would always say, just say like, thank you, Hashem. It wasn't your job.
Right.
It just wasn't meant for you. And that's fine. It's not a reflection on you. It's not a reflection on your work. In some cases, it could be that maybe you just didn't have an amazing connection with these clients and they didn't feel, you know, like a certain loyalty to hire you again. But that's not to say that you lost out on something or someone took something from you.
Right. I really think that what is meant for you is going to be for you. It's not going to change. Like, I don't want to really get too much into it because I promised my husband I wouldn't. But me and my husband, we dated for 2.5 years on and off. And like, we just weren't ready for each other. There's no other reason. There was nothing that changed. Yes, we each dated people in between and other things came up in our life, but it really brought us to each other and evolved us. And he was meant for me, so it came to me. And that is how it is. It doesn't mean, you know, like what's meant for you is going to be for you.
I think in business, it's an even harder pill to swallow.
People should really try to like,
I know,
digest that and understand that it's a real thing. No one is going to take away. So if a company copies you, don't worry. Your dresses will sell. You're going to have your thing too. There's going to be something that you succeed in and that they don't. And that's just life.
Yeah. I feel like there's a big scarcity mindset when it comes to these things in general in our community.
I am not like, what's that word? I don't know what scarcity is. What is it called when you're...
Scarcity means that, scarcity mindset, what is that? It basically means that
I'm not a millennial.
Like,
I don't know these hashtags.
You are a millennial. You're not that much older than me.
Whatever. I don't know these like words.
I'm going to break it down because maybe someone else doesn't know either.
Yeah, okay, go.
There's scarcity mindset is kind of when you're looking around at what other people have and you're feeling like you don't have enough.
Okay.
You feel like
that makes sense a little bit.
Like you're like there's not enough business. There's not enough X, Y, and Z. It's like that feeling of it's never enough. It's never enough.
So very funny that you just said that. Now, like I understand what you meant. When I first started my business, I went to the JWE women's thing, and I actually I ended up sticking with the people I knew instead of like socializing. I think it was just like familiarity, and like I just was like more comfortable, and I like attached myself to Chevy Muller Goldman, whatever.
Yeah.
She's LES label. And I was like, give me some pointers and just starting out my business. And I think she was on the JWE, like she was giving like classes to people, whatever, or like offering information. And something that she told me, like she said a lot of things that day. Something that she told me really stuck with me throughout my business. And like, I think it's so important is that she told me, unfollow people that you're either jealous of or make you nervous or you're comparing yourself to. She's like, because that is your biggest downfall. Once you start watching, and now I tell that to everybody, don't watch, don't look, just focus on your own plate, because when you look at your plate, you grow your plate. And if you just keep watching and you're taking from this one and that one, and I should do this and make that thing, you're gonna be so busy with everybody else, you're gonna forget what you're there for. Yeah. That's why like I loved my business, because I was so invested and devoted and I was so passionate about it. And I feel like this year I was just like, where is that? Like, where is that? Like, where's that little flutter of light and like excitement? And I feel like I lost it. And I was just like, I need to take a step back. I am going to go back to it.
I was going to ask, like,
yeah.
I feel like, are you feeling that like, okay, maybe I can get my spark back?
I miss the hustle.
Yeah.
I love packaging things. I love sending out orders. I love seeing the numbers come in. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I miss that hustle, schlepping for a pop-up, talking to the customers, getting online every day and talking to you guys about why this skirt's great and you should get this dress. I miss that. Doing it for other company now is great, but I don't get to see the back end of it. And I miss that. I miss that, like, fire, that rush that, you know, we got to get this out now, you know, like the website launch. I miss it. I am going to go back to D-rama. I just want to give myself some space
Yeah.
to hold and just like to go through my things. I also became a mother,
Right.
and motherhood definitely was a huge life change for me.
Changes you.
It changes you, it excites you, it awakes you, it like taps into
also-
things you never thought were
Yeah.
possible.
It makes you realize
personally.
also that the life that you thought it was gonna look a certain way, it literally turns on its head.
Listen, I was single till 30. I was selfish.
Right.
Motherhood isn't about being selfish. You can't be. Like your
Yeah.
child is your priority. It's a piece of you walking around in the world, and it's like it's not about you anymore. And of course, you can make time for yourself. Of course, you can
Yeah.
do things for yourself, but it really is solely about their schedule and doing things for them. And it was a huge, huge change for me. I got married at 30. I wasn't a camp girl. I think I went to like 2 camps and I got thrown out of like 5.
It's really funny because I would actually think you're like the biggest camp girl,
No.
like personality wise.
No.
They couldn't handle this.
They sent me home too many times.
They
Too
sent
many
you
camps.
home.
Too many camps sent me home. My mother, poor lady, oi. But whatever, camp wasn't for me. So getting married, moving was an adjustment on its own. And then throwing a baby into the mix was just crazy. And I just feel like it changed me a lot. And like, I didn't have that flexibility to just get on a plane every day and like go to New York and pick out fabrics. Or I didn't have the flexibility to be like, I need a post now, but my kid's screaming in the other room. Like, it was becoming harder and harder to manage everything. And I guess I wasn't managing. And that's really why I'm taking this break. And
Do you feel a sense of peace during this break?
I miss a lot of D-rama.
Yeah.
I miss my store. I cannot drive down Quentin Road. It hurts me. I really hurts me. Like, I could get emotional now talking about it. I really think that my business really kept me sane and single. It kept me busy. It kept my mind busy. It didn't have me.
It was an
focusing
emotional
on,
relationship.
It was. I really miss my store. I put my heart and soul into designing it. I was excited about it. I'm very into positive affirmations. My whole store was filled with that.
The art. Yeah.
And it was devastating for me. Devastating. And I cannot drive down Quentin Road. I think I'll just start crying or try to take the keys and open the store that's not mine anymore. It was really heartbreaking. And, when I closed the store, I also needed a place to put everything, right? I had computers, desks, couches. So whatever I was able to sell, I sold. And then everything else is sitting in a storage unit. And, my husband keeps asking me, he's like, we pay a monthly bill. Like, do you want to go? Do you want to see it? I'm like, no, I don't want to open these boxes. I don't want to see this stuff. It's like almost like a denial thing, like putting it out
You're like, I can't look
out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
However, like, I'm going to have to face the music sooner or later. But like, I was just going through so much this year. I was just like, you know what? I need this break. And I really like it. I like the break. I like, helping other businesses. I think I have a lot to offer in the fact of teaching people how to grow something and making a successful business successful. I think that a lot of people start a business and it grows rapidly and they don't know how to handle or how to save the money or how to reinvest in their business. A lot of people miss that key. And I feel like I learned a lot of things along the way. I have a lot of knowledge. I've made a ton of mistakes. And I feel like, maybe I want to tap into that later. I'm not sure. I'm being honest with you. I'm not sure what I'm doing, where I'm going. And I'm okay with that. I feel like,
girl, look at me. I like just changed careers at random. Here I am.
But you know what? And look at us. Look
three,
at us
4
surviving,
times.
evolving, and thriving. Like,
Exactly.
I think that's life. Like, we were discussing right before we started. Like, life just has its way of taking us to different parts and different things. It's like different months, different stuff. Like, and we keep shifting and we keep, pivoting. So
let me ask you in terms of business advice, because I feel like a lot of girls are, a lot braver than I was when I was younger, and they are starting out really, really young, starting all different businesses, whether it's retail or other things. What would you say was your biggest mistake that you ever made, that you lose sleep over?
Being financially irresponsible. That's a very big one. I feel like I just mic dropped, but I definitely don't talk about this on Instagram or share this with people other than my family. But I feel like in the very beginning stages, probably like a year after or 2 years after COVID hit, and retail isn't exactly a business that was being able to be open during COVID. And I feel like I had just opened up a brand new, beautiful storefront, and I was also spending money rapidly. I was like, whoa, I have this business, I have money. Like, I was single. I lived at home. I had no bills. Like, I was buying things, going on trips, vacations. I was like, yeah, you want to rent this house in Florida while we have to sit for COVID? Sure, let me pay for the whole thing, everybody, and you come live with me. I wasn't responsible, and it definitely set me back. I've learned since then. And I think people don't know how to handle certain things, and being financially responsible with a business is the number one key. If I would set up the structure like a business, which is what I had now, where you get a paycheck for your work and your time and whatever it is, and the rest stays in a business account where it grows and grows and grows, so you can pay all your business like stuff, like your manufacturer bills, your rent, your lights, your workers, all from that.
Yeah.
So I feel like people don't know, but being financially responsible is a very important aspect of this business. Another thing that I would tell people is, like I said before, focus on your own plate. Don't be busy with what other people are doing, how they're succeeding, which influencers they're working with, how they're climbing. Climb your own ladder. Don't be busy with other people. Once you get busy, you get stuck. Don't watch.
It's interesting that
I've
you're
had to
saying
unfollow
that.
so many people,
Wow.
and
Don't
not
unfollow me.
because
I'm kidding.
not because I feel that they're in any competition to me. I don't believe in that. I just unfollowed them because I don't want to see your success and measure it with mine. We can all
That's
succeed
fair.
at the table. We can
Yeah.
all win. I want everyone to win, but not everyone feels that way. And when people
If it doesn't
compare,
bring
it's
up a
not
good feeling in you, I don't think it's a negative thing to unfollow someone.
Right. So I just say, do not watch, do not. Another thing that I would
It's actually so interesting because at the same time of saying everyone can have a seat at the table, and we're not going to have that scarcity mindset where, we're feeling like that competitive negative energy. I think it's interesting because we can embrace all the businesses and all the influencers and everybody and say, there's enough for everyone, which I live by. At the same time, it's okay not to look if it's bringing up that negative energy for you. It doesn't mean that you feel this competition where there's not enough. Like, someone can be living in a way that just doesn't align with you and posting about things that just don't align with you.
And you don't have to
It's
watch.
not crazy. You just don't have to be privy to it.
Yeah, I feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that. There's people that I don't follow. I didn't unfollow them. I just don't follow them because I don't enjoy their
Yeah.
content, or I don't align with their lifestyle or things that they do. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. And some people I just simply have never seen. I'm just passing through on Instagram.
It's interesting because we have an episode with Shawnee Wiggs, and she was actually saying that she does not follow any other wig brands or wig sellers on Instagram. She said she came to that decision because she didn't want it to cloud her vision of what she wanted her business to be. And she was creating her business for her dream client. And she's successful in her lane. And she wanted to make sure that she wasn't looking somewhere else and saying, maybe I should have done it like this, or maybe I should have
She didn't want to
to be more
second
like
guess
that.
herself at all.
Yeah.
So she was just like, let me not follow anyone.
Yeah.
And
And
made it
she
like a
follow- and
boundary
she
rule,
does that.
which
Yeah.
is great. Boundaries are very important.
Yeah.
I think with business also something that's like so important to also know is that, like, I don't want to say don't trust anyone, but don't think everyone's your friend. Not everyone wants to see you succeed, honey. It's
Yeah.
just the truth.
It's hard.
It's a hard thing
This
to
actually
to
takes
swallow.
me back to the before that conversation where I was saying with Aryeh, and I told him, I forgot to finish that thought. He was making a decision and he asked me my opinion, and I said, well, I think in business, most people, unfortunately, are looking out for number one.
Yeah, of course.
They're looking out for themselves, and that's their right. However, you have to be careful when trusting, like you said, and making sure that you're trusting the right people, because, like you said, not everyone wants
But
to see
I don't
you
want to say be
succeed.
guarded.
No,
because
not
you should
guarded.
be
I
open
think-
to opportunity.
I think you should
and
also
people
be
do.
kind.
One person leads you to something else.
I also
that-
think that you can only win with kindness, meaning
Oh,
even
for
if
sure.
someone is clearly not happy for you or doesn't want to see you
Sometimes it's not so
succeed,
clearly.
and sometimes it's not clear at all, I will always lead with kindness first, because no matter what, later on, you can't say that I didn't.
Right. You're right. I just think
It doesn't
that-
mean that I'm going to give them a leg up, or I'm going to,
Right. Just that's a number like 3 thing on my list is not everyone's your friend, and not everyone wants to see you succeed, and not everyone's gonna help you. You know, be genuine, be yourself, and the right people will get to
Find
you. And
you.
you'll find
Yeah.
them, and they'll find you. I just feel like that was like one of also big mistakes is that I trusted, and I was kind to too many people, and people were not
They
kind
took
back. And
advantage.
yeah, people not only took advantage, but I felt hurt by the actions that they did to me because I was like, I sat here on this other side, and I was like,
I think also your business was also
I
like a
expected also the
part of
same
your
thing.
heart.
The same thing I gave
Yeah.
to them. I was like, wait a second, I just did for you. You didn't do for me, but not
It's
only
so
did you
interesting.
not
Are
do
you
for me,
like
you left me
that?
in the gutter on the floor on the garbage.
I have a
Like,
question for you actually. Are you like that in your personal relationships also?
what do you mean?
Like you
Like, do I
want the
expect
love that you
is it a
give.
cheshbonas for me?
No,
Is
not
that what you're saying?
bonus, but like I feel like this also a lot, so that's why I'm asking. It's like you want to receive the love that you're giving.
So funny because I just had this conversation with my sister yesterday. I said, "Why am I so sensitive? Like, like I have all these expectations, and why am I like this? And it's something that bothers me. I'm like, I'm trying to be more aware of it. That like, you can't have expectations because this is why you get disappointed. So I guess I am like that, and I'm trying to change that. Like
Yeah.
I do have expectations because I do feel I give 150% in a friendship, in a relationship, and I try to help people. I try to be a kind
And then you're
person,
waiting
and
for
I'm
it
like,
to come back to you.
I don't know if it's that it's like an equalizing thing, like
I
cheshbonas,
don't
but
know
I
about
definitely am just
equalizing,
like,
but it can hurt.
you know, like if I do for you and I'm a good friend and I sit here and post your flyers for free and whatever, but then I ask you a favor and you can't come through or you give me a runaround or you ghost me, I mean, what does that say about you? You know, it's just not nice.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's also a fine line. I'm finding a fine line with this influencing thing.
Yeah.
Everyone and their neighbors now coming out of the crack works. Can you come to my store? Rechama? I'm just like, yeah, here's my media kit. This is what I charge. And oh, but
Good
come
for
on,
you.
like, you can't be everybody's friend always. I don't know.
Not going to be everyone's cup of tea.
Right. I'm trying to find, also you have to, in influencing, you have to value yourself not at a
100%.
dollar sign. So it's like you also have to hold yourself of that value. If you go, no, it's fine, just pay me whatever, you're cheapening yourself. So it's like I'm learning so much in this influencer space. I feel like it's very
I think
interesting.
also you're learning your value.
Right, but it's so interesting. Like, you know, like it's very
interesting coming from the direction you're coming from, especially.
Oh my God. And I've worked with influencers, so I know
Right,
what
that's
they
what I'm
really
saying.
want and I know what the businesses want. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
Maybe that makes you the perfect one.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I want to talk a little bit about you creating a plus size brand because I think it is.
Ask away.
I think it is very niche in the Jewish world.
For sure.
I don't think there's many of them,
I
and
don't
especially you were
think
probably one of the
there's-
first. I've seen one or two creep up in the last year or two.
Right. So I definitely, in my opinion, in my eyes, I was the very first plus size company that is like trendy, modest, and also fashion forward. It actually is a funny story how it came about really is that when I graduated high school, most girls go on to seminary and then they come home and they get married and move back to Israel, or some people get a job and get married, whatever the case is. That was not the plan for me. A lot of girls have all these grand plans, what they're going to do. I had no grand plans. I was like, oh, I'm going to make it out of 12th grade. Diploma. There was like, that's where I was going. And then I was like, seminary, yeah, like it'll be fun. No parents, Israel, chill, credit cards. I was like, yeah, sign me up. And my mother's like, no, you need rules. You're out of control. You're not going to Israel. So it was very devastating for me. My parents did buy me a car that year to, you know, I guess even the score.
Soften the blow.
Yeah, soften the blow. I did not go to seminary. I definitely feel like I missed out. I did go to visit my friends that year twice. It was actually I feel like I really missed out. Like I really do. However, I went from job to job to job to job to job within those first 3 years after seminary. And I went on a date with a guy and he asked me, what are your aspirations? And I'm like, what do you mean aspirations? Like, what's aspirations? He's like, no, seriously, like, what's your like goals?
What are you going to do?
What do you want to do in life? Like, what are your dreams? And I literally blurted out, I remember this, where we were. I blurted out, oh, I want to open a clothing company for chubbier girls. Like, that's what I want to do, plus size girls. I was plus size. And I found that everything I was shopping for was very matronly and it was not trendy, and it was like companies INC, and they weren't like nice stuff, or they weren't fitting right. And like I wanted to wear the charisma skirt like my friends, but they didn't make it in my size. And I like these things, like it was my, and he's like, what? You want to do that? Like once you put it out there that you're plus size, like everyone's gonna talk about you. And that lit a fire under my tuchus so fast, that guy and his comment. First of all, I never went out with that guy again.
Amen.
But shout out to you, man. You made me a lot of money. But yeah, no, I never went out with that guy again. And it lit a fire under my
Cheers to
tuchus
that.
so fast, I can't even tell you. I think within that month,
She ran.
I started running.
She ran.
You know
Let me
what?
tell
I don't know
you.
what it was. I don't know what it was. Like I also tried being a makeup artist. I went to makeup designery school.
I remember that.
Yeah, like I really did try stuff, and like once he lit that was it.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of girls don't know their passions young.
Right. I didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't have a passion. A lot of people are like, you need to have a plan. I had no plan. That's what I'm saying. Like this doesn't scare me because like I was there 7 years ago, and look where Hashem led me. Like I'm great. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I literally was so excited. I started working. I started going places. I started taking fabric swatches from places. Like I came up with designs. I had a sketchbook. I'm not an artist. I had a sketchbook. I got an iPad with a pen. I was like excited. It was like so fiery in me. I was bursting with this. I would talk about it like a sink shipping. I was telling everyone, I'm gonna open a plus size company. I'm gonna do this. This is my name. And my friend Cookie and I were eating a salad in her room. And I was like, Cookie, what do you think I should name my company? And she's like, I don't know, maybe it should be inclusive. And I'm like, no, that's nerdy and long. She's like, maybe you should do it this. Maybe. And then she's like, what about drama? I'm like, no, D-rama. My English legal name is Rama.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
I'll take out my
Rechama.
license right now. No, my English legal name is Rama.
Shout out Mommy
And
Jaffa.
yeah, and she says, drama. And I was like, D-rama, this is great. I remember jumping in her room on her bed. I'm like, yes, we got it, the name. That night I texted my friend. He was a graphic artist. I'm like, make me a logo. And we just started, and here it went.
That's really incredible.
You're gonna have to edit that out, sorry. I'm like choking. You gotta get water for your clients.
No, we have.
You gotta get water. Girl, this is like important. Hello, I'm choking. I'm literally choking because I'm talking so much.
I know.
Am I allowed to drink on your camera?
We'll take a quick second. Relax. It's all good.
How are we doing on time? Oh, we're good. Okay, should we
No, we're doing
continue?
Great. You also went through a lot.
Wait, I need to see. I was
Oh.
jumping up and down.
Yeah, you
Hello.
were jumping up and down. Go.
I was jumping up and down in her room. I'm like, we have the name. The logo then got created. It was really exciting, the whole process starting. I remember my first run. I'm not sure if I should share this or not, but who cares? It's fun. It was $1,000.
Nice.
And my first customer was Chaya Gress.
No way.
Yeah.
Shout out Chaya.
Shout out to Chaya Gress. She bought a 2-piece set. That was my first item I made. It was like it kind of looked like a pyramid top like this with a straight skirt, ribbed. It was buttery fabric. I found it in the city. I bought whatever roll they had. And from there, starting an Instagram, it ran like rapid fire. I can't even explain to you how fast it grew that I started in my parents' basement. We went from 3 racks to about 30 racks, and I took over all the bedrooms and the office. Things were, listen, it jumped fast. And, you know, I also have a piece where I shared on Instagram about my weight loss journey, the surgeries I've had, the procedures I've done. And I think people connected. There were a lot of people in the same boat, but afraid to share. And here I was, and it was probably refreshing. Some truth, some people sharing about, you know, bariatric surgery and like not being embarrassed about it, talking about my experience, things I knew, things I didn't know, helped people out along the way. People, it kept jumping and it grew. And at one point, right before COVID, my father said, I'm sorry, I'm evicting you. Literally, I'm evicting you. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, we move into this house. You have people coming all nights and hours of the day. Mom's making Pesach with dresses being sold. It's just, people are screaming upstairs. My grandkids are coming. They can't play in the basement. This is not working. I want to have you here, but you grew. Thank God you grew. You took over all the rooms. The storage rooms are now clothing piled up. He's like, it's time to move on. And my dad sat with me for a few weeks. We ran around the whole Flatbush. And that's how I found Quentin Road. I was evicted.
In the best possible way for being too
way.
successful.
He helped me find a store, and I remember, because I remember talking about it like spiritually, like, okay, Zos Hanukkah, like, this is what I wish for. Here we are, Erev Hanukkah. I found the storefront, I signed, and it was like such a big milestone. And I remember feeling two things. I remember being so excited and also sad that I didn't really have anyone to share with. Like, I was at the top, but it was still lonely. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had no one to share it with. Like, I remember sending, when I first started dating Mikey, I remember sending him the videos, and I'm like, watch this. And like, I was telling the story on Instagram, and I was so excited, and I had no one to like share it with. And I remember, like, of course my friends did things, and people were excited for me, and some flowers and all that jazz. But like, I had no one to like be like, this is happening to me. Like, I was so excited. It was such a huge thing, signing on a storefront. It was crazy. And then the creative process, and the construction, finding a team. It was just so excited. Also getting out of a basement, like my parents' basement. It felt like such a huge...
It was a dream.
It was like an iconic moment. Like, I don't know.
No, it really was. I want to talk a little bit about your weight loss surgeries, because I think that's something that people really do not feel comfortable with. And I think it's really interesting because you were also promoting a plus size women's brand.
Right.
Did you have a lot of people who felt like those two things don't go together?
I definitely had haters in my DMs. A lot of things. I also did a photo shoot once with a girl eating a slice of pizza because Michael Kors did it. So I was like, of course D-rama's doing it if Michael Kors could do it. And I got so much flack, so much messy, mean messages. Like, oh, do you think you should be eating pizza? I'm like, and what size should you eat pizza at? Like, is there a size reference at the pizza store? Hey, at this size, you could buy my slice of pizza here. Like, no. What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, people would write me ridiculous things.
It's such a sensitive topic on all fronts. I think, especially right now.
I think if you want to play victim and be sensitive, yeah. Listen, God made people different colors. He made them different shapes, different sizes. You want to play victim mentality and be sensitive about it, go for it. I'm not there. I was proud being plus size, and I'm proud where I am now. Did I fight my own demons? Did I have uncomfortable times being heavier? Is it sometimes harder in a different body? Yeah, there was moments. It's an individualized thing. Everybody does it different. Could you say that a person who is a different color than me wants to be a different color? Maybe. I don't know. I never had a conversation with them about it. But I don't think that it's your whole and body if you're plus size or not. It doesn't make you who you are. Me, Rechama, has nothing to do with being plus size. Me, Rechama, is me, this awesome, funny, nice young lady sitting in front of you. I've been so many sizes. I literally think if I would have saved one size, I literally went from a 24 to a 22 to a 20 to an 18 to a 16, and now I'm at a 14, and you know what? I feel fabulous. I feel fabulous. Amazing. I'm not considered too thin. I'm not considered plus size. I'm right in the middle, and girl, let me tell you, I am happy. I'm not trying to shrink myself. I'm not trying to change myself. I'm happy. And if I wanted to lose weight, I would. I don't live for anybody else, and nobody should. Live for, do your own thing, feel your own vibes. Yeah. If you want to do something, go for it. I hate this thing. Like, I find other plus size influencers are all about like sticking with the plus size. That's their branding.
I feel like
it's not who you are. You have other things.
They want to champion body positivity to the point where it's their whole personality.
Doesn't mean I'm not a champion for body positivity. It's not your whole essence. It's not what you should write on a shirt. Hey, I'm plus size. This is my whole life. I'm plus size. That's not the only thing. I think being sensitive is important. I think sharing things so people can learn from you is important. Other than that, like, it's not the whole being. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my surgeries, where I was at, what I was feeling, and...
Yeah, what led you there?
Okay. So it was 2012. I had graduated high school, and I told you my friends were all going to seminary and getting, coming back and getting married. And the shidduch system was not so kind to me. Shadchanim were not so nice to me. I'm going to be honest with you, and I might get a little bit of flack for that. I got invited to things and then got disinvited an hour before when I was dressed in my room and sat there crying for the rest of the night. It wasn't a kind process to me. So I don't want to throw shame to anybody, but somebody came up with the idea, why don't you do a weight loss surgery? Obviously, it didn't just woke up, this is your problem. It was that I tried diets many times. I was very heavy. And I was also uncomfortable. I wanted people to know before going out with me what I looked like. It was something that sat on my forefront. I never had it growing up, but I definitely had it during dating process. funny. I find that when people call me for shidduch questions, is she heavy? Is she skinny? Is she a size 10? That's not something I would ask somebody, but people did ask. And it was really a hard and painful process. Yeah. And when someone came up with the idea, I looked into it. The way it works for a bariatric surgery, if you do it through insurance versus paying, is that you have to sit on 3 different things. The first thing is you have to sit on a Zoom with all the doctors. That's how it was when I did it. To meet the team, go in for a consultation, you talk about the surgery, you have to do a sleep test, you have to meet a therapist to make sure that you're not some crazy person just, trying to do,
mentally ready.
They want to know what you're about to do. And you have to take a course with a dietitian to just make sure that once you do the surgery, you need to use it. It's a tool. It's not like, oh, hi, take a surgery, you lose 100 pounds. No, it is a tool that helps you lose weight. Yes, rapidly, more than doing a diet, but it is a tool. So if you work it, it works you. That is exactly how I would explain it. So I did a lap band in 2012. It was my first surgery.
Is that a painful surgery to recover from or no?
So at this point, like I'm sure when I was there, I thought it was painful and the recovery sucked. I've had so many surgeries since then. So
Wow.
to me, like I look at it as like it's part of the process. It sucks for a week and then you're back on your feet.
Right.
So 2012, I got wheeled into my first bariatric surgery. I had the lap band. I was very naive. I had no idea what I was walking myself into. I was not ready. I wanted so badly to be thin, to be accepted, to get married, to have a family. All those things were on the agenda, but I was not aligned with those things. And I lost weight very rapidly after, but I learned very unhealthy eating habits from it because salad doesn't digest, but an ice cream does. So I lost weight on not eating. I lost a lot of vitamins.
Did you feel sick?
I felt sick. I constantly threw up on the lap band. I just want to say years later, like now, looking back, like obviously everything brought me to where I'm supposed to be. Obviously I share this journey because of all the things I went through. However, I do wish that I had more knowledge and research back then of the lifelong decision I'm making by going under the knife. Like I thought very short term and now long term. I'm a mother. My life is definitely affected by the fact that I had surgery, how I feel, how I can be around my child. I feel like this lifelong decision should have been with more thought. Maybe I would have done it, maybe I wouldn't have. That's regardless of this. It's just, I think that like you need to think about like long term. And I think these things are so short term because you're in a place of unhappiness that you want to
You also
do something to help
desperately
yourself.
want to
Yeah.
you desperately
I
wanted
was in
to
a
get
very
to those
desperate,
goals.
yeah, I was in a very desperate, state. And I did the surgery about a year after I got very sick and they couldn't figure out why. For those who don't know what a lap band is basically they do a laparoscopic procedure through your belly button and they basically put a port on the side of your stomach and they insert a needle once every few months to put saline in. So it's like if I fill up this bottle of water, if I keep filling it, it's going to overflow, right? But if the bottle only has very little water in it, then it's fine. The bottle just stays. That's basically what the port is. If I would overeat, it would come up and I would throw up. And if I would just like stay within my bottle, I was fine. And they would put little water in each of the bottles so that you were already halfway full to begin with.
So you couldn't handle more.
Sorry. Basically, they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And I remember the day of my cousin's wedding, I went to the emergency room in Cleveland, Ohio, and like I couldn't breathe and I was throwing up so much, but nothing was in there. And they made my lap band too tight, so they had to open it. And that kind of was like the downfall of the lap band. Started playing with it. I started realizing like I could drive to Jersey to this guy's house and he would open it and close it for me. And I would go to dinner with my friends and then come to his house and close it. I was playing with it. And eventually, like, I went back there a little bit heavier and I was stressed out and I was like, what could I do next? Can I do the sleeve? Like, this isn't working. I'm gaining weight. I'm going back to my original weight. This is crazy. And the doctor at the time told me, he's like, sorry, Rechama, like, you're not ready for this. I'm washing my hands clean of you. Like, we're not doing another surgery. But as you guys see and know, I'm a very passionate person. And when I want something, I go for it.
You're
So
like, well, I'm going to make it happen if you don't.
I went to another practice. And I went to my Maimonides Medical Center in Brooklyn, whereas my first surgery was in NYU. And I found a doctor who was willing to do it. And boy, was my first surgeon right. Your body gets used to the surgery that you had originally. So going for a second one, there was no change. I maybe lost 30 pounds. It was an unnecessary surgery. And the sleeve is definitely one I regret because there was just no point. There was no point. And
did that weight stay off after the second one?
I was very obviously devastated because here I was still heavy, still not married. And I was just anxious. All my friends were getting married, making kiddishes and brisses. And at this point already with the sleeve at that time, my friends were already having I was way past upsharons. Hello? This is you don't understand. I was a single floater. And I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't. I love clothes. I love fashion. I love boys. I was I was having such a hard time. And I just felt like all the guys I was dating, right? It was there was something off or it wasn't right or I wasn't enough or I was too loud or I was too heavy. It was always something. And I don't know. I also didn't date good guys. I dated not good guys. And then this idea lit under my tuchus from this guy's date.
People are lighting a lot of fires.
No, on this date, this guy, I know. The same guy.
Oh, the same guy.
Same guy.
Wow, he really started a fire.
I said this plus size aspiration. Hello, I said this plus size aspiration, and then I just went for it. I opened my brand, and I remember the night before my storefront opening, I was so excited about this plus size era that I was in, and talking about how you should be loud and proud and in charge and plus size. But deep within myself, I was like, I'm still not married. I still have no one to share things with. I was feeling still
and you
sad.
Felt like they were all connected.
And I felt undesirable. I really did. And I felt so sad for myself. And I also wanted to be true to the people. I wanted to be also loud and proud and plus size, but I didn't feel that way. So I decided to do a duodenal switch, which is a mini bypass, which is the third surgery I did. And the night before my opening, I got a call that we have one opening coming tomorrow. Somebody canceled. Do you want the surgery? And I was like, what? My opening's tomorrow. I can't miss my opening. Hi, I scheduled. Esther and Sasha's coming. I have cakes coming, balloons. What do you mean? I can't, And I took it. I remember I had my store opening. The next morning, I had to be in the hospital at 6 a.m. I went in for surgery. And then COVID hit a week later.
Wow.
So I couldn't work in my store. Nobody saw me because we were all homebound. So it was the craziest thing. Everyone was stuck for a bunch of months. So I didn't feel the need to explain and tell everybody just yet. I didn't feel like I had to announce it. And I gave it time. And then people started creeping in the DM. So I see her losing weight. I said this, what are you doing? But I wasn't ready to share. I really wasn't. I felt a little bit like a fraud. Here I am promoting being beautiful and plus size and happy. And I didn't feel that way. But I didn't think that it was a problem for two things to coexist, but I knew people would. And I was just how are they going to take it if I'm telling them they should be happy and buy my clothes and you could be plus size and still be beautiful and trendy, but yet the owner wasn't feeling that. So
and you were doing something about it.
So probably 6 months after the surgery, I decided I'm going to do a live. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to come out and talk about all my surgeries. And I did.
I remember it.
And I think that, first of all, I had over 1,000 views, which I was like, girl, me? You're watching me? 1,000 people? Whoa.
Now you have several thousand.
I was just whoa. Thank you. And the response was incredible. First of all, most people understood me. And a lot of people related. A lot of people had a lot of questions. There were definitely a few people that were wow, I can't believe you did this and you're promoting this. And you know what? I simply said, just because it's not your life choice, doesn't mean that I made the wrong choice for me. And I think that within also promoting body positivity is also loving the body that you're in. And I want to love my body. It's my temple. It's my place. And I think that just because it doesn't work for you the way I should look, this works for me and I'm happy within me. I'm not gonna lie, I took a lot of therapy along the way along. Like, you know, it didn't just come to me overnight that I feel confident and sexy and beautiful in my skin. I've done a lot of other procedures since then. I think that your body is your home and you should make it as beautiful and as comfortable for yourself as you want and you think, you know. I think it's an individualized program per se. Like it's an individualized thing. If you want to do Ozempic and it's good for your body and your doctor cleared it, call it kavod. Who's stopping you? I'm not living for anybody else. I'm on this world. I have no idea for how long. I'm living for myself. This is what works for me. This is what makes me feel good. And I was happy with my decision. Did I make mistakes along the way? Yeah, of course. Did I, you know, did I wish that do I now wish that I had more information back then to have maybe skip some of the surgeries or, you know, think clearly if I want this for the rest of my life? Yeah. The surgery is not a quick fix. There's a lot of work that comes with it. I'm constantly sick. I'm constantly in stomach pain. There's things, you know, I cannot eat sugar items or fried food around my child because then I will be a tapped out mother for like 6 to 10 hours. It's not so simple. Like, you know, I don't want to go out with friends and eat dinner and then eat something and be like, oh, I have to be in the bathroom for 45 minutes now. I don't want to go to someone's house for Shabbos and make sure their bathroom stinks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's like I'm very calculated with what I eat, what I put in my body now. It's not so just like simple. Whereas you don't probably think about those things.
Right. I mean,
I mean, a little bit you do because you're like celiac and gluten free, but whatever.
Right. I mean, I have like autoimmune stuff and digestive stuff, and I did semaglutide for a year and change. Have you tried semaglutide?
So right after I had my baby, that feeling of like desperate anxiousness, the weight gain, I did it for a few months after, but I had a very weird reaction. I had hand burning sensation. My hand was burning.
Interesting. Okay.
So I stopped. But
did you have anyone to consult with about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was speaking with a doctor and the person that sold it to me also. So like, it wasn't that. So, you know, it is one of the side effects to the semaglutide, and I was the person that got it. Yeah, like, you know. But otherwise, I think everybody should do what's best for their body and also what makes them feel good. I think ultimately that's my end goal.
People have a problem when we choose to voice something.
Yeah, that doesn't align with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of things on social media. You know, there was this comedian that did something funny with his mother, and all of a sudden the plus size community came into attack. And I'm like, well, guys, it's a bit, it's a joke.
Yeah.
You just laugh, comedic laugh. It's not him making fun. You know, I don't necessarily always agree, but I do think that people sometimes take things too personally and feel attacked. And I feel like sometimes it's not about you. It's not about you.
That's literally
this guy's
me
making
and
a
my
dumb
mom's
joke.
favorite
Like
line. It's not
skip
about
and laugh. You know.
I want to get like a shirt that says "It's not about you."
Maybe we should do merch.
Maybe we should.
I'm not joking.
Pod by Pen merch, but D-rama edition.
No, but seriously, that would be really cool. No.
Yeah.
I feel like that's such a great addition. Like that's
honestly,
another marketing thing for you.
Another marketing aspect. No, you know what? It's so crazy to me because I also have been a consumer and been an influencer. And then I've also worked on the back end helping other businesses with their media and marketing. And
which do you like better?
It's complex. It's very complex, but I do love seeing the back end because I think it helps me be a better influencer.
So I understand why people are.
You. Yeah. Wow. Your journey is honestly very powerful.
I think like also for the girls that may watch this that are younger.
Yeah.
Just know, like, this is a shout out to you guys. If you don't have a plan, your life's not over. We all evolve, women evolve, and we move on. And you don't have to have a plan. There's no right way to do things. It's like also like when they say you know when you get married. I didn't know.
No, I really didn't know, guys.
Exactly. It's not.
I have to do a whole episode on that. Yeah.
One system isn't for everybody.
Yeah.
Understand? Like something that works for one person doesn't work for the next. And
you're anti the system, honey.
You know what? I personally failed a little bit. Like I feel that the system failed me a little bit, and it hurt me in a lot of ways. I am so proud of my journey. I really do think it made me who I am. All the stepping stones, the being kicked out of schools, the being kicked out of camps, the friends, the no friends, the lonely times, the good times, the surgeries, the plus size, the mother deal, bit, all of it. I really think that it made me who I am today, and I'm very grateful for that because I do feel like I'm a great wife and a good mother and a good friend. And if you let me into your circle or you open your heart to me and you get to know me versus what you see of me, I think people are pleasantly surprised. And I do think I'm a good person, and I definitely try, always to learn. Like I was just telling you that I told my sister, like, why am I so sensitive? Why do I expect? Like, why does it have to be like that, a tit for tat? Like, so I definitely think that I am a slower pace growing person. I'm still maturing. I don't have it all figured out. But I think that's what is life, and it's beautiful. I feel like a lot of our generation, at least mine, it feels that like you have to have it all figured out. You have to get the house, you have to get the car, you have to get at this timeline and be it. It's not like that.
Not even
Life's
your
gonna
generation.
take you.
It's honestly
I am
everyone.
for sure not gonna be an influencer soon. I'm for sure gonna evolve to something. Something is gonna come from this, guys. I don't know when, what, how, where, when, but something
It's
is
on the
gonna
way.
happen.
You're
It's
open to
on its
receiving
way.
it.
I'm open to receiving, and in general, I'm open to receiving, and I feel like
That's the best way
it's
to
gonna
be.
take me somewhere. Something is gonna happen, and just like Hashem literally threw in my lap D-rama, like something's gonna get thrown in my lap again, and it's gonna be good, and I'm gonna be great. And of course I have the nervous feelings. Don't like I don't want it to always be like, oh, she has it all figured out. She's so not worried. There are, of course, guys, like I have to pay my monthly bills. Hello, but like at the end of the day, like I know Hashem's gonna guide me to where I need to be, and like whatever happens along the way. I mean, I've definitely had harder times that I'm going through right now. Like yeah,
Look at that lovely journey.
yeah.
I want to play a little game with you.
Oh boy! After seeing Shandy's, I'm a little nervous. Who are you gonna make me call?
We don't have to call anyone
Okay,
today.
that's good.
Thank
That's
God.
good. That's good.
We're actually going to do a little game. I'm going to start a sentence, and I want you to finish it off the top of your head as
Like
fast
a
as you can.
spitfire, like a spitfire.
Kind of spitfire. But you're not like choosing this or that. You're just finishing my sentence.
Go.
Okay, ready? If my life had a Parsha title right now, it would be...
Go and you.
Being a Jewish woman online means someone will always ask me.
Ooh, that's a good one. Are you covering your hair? I always
Ooh.
get asked, is this your hair? Is this your wig? Is this your... I'm like, it's all
Everyone's
custom,
favorite
baby.
question.
They always ask me.
These
They
are
al-
wigs.
Yeah. They always ask me because also like sometimes I'll wear like a hood or I'll wear a hat. They're like, is that your hair? Is that your wig? I feel like they're always asking me. That's a very, like they always ask me. Also the kosher thing.
Is that kosher?
Yeah, my Starbucks drink. It's not.
Whoops. Modesty doesn't mean...
Being boring.
The most freeing thing I've unlearned is...
Explain that. I'm dumb.
I'll simplify it. What's something that you learned that freed you from some sort of anxiety or
okay,
worry?
great. Okay, I give you this. This is what we were touching on before. Something that I had to spend $2,500 to learn. Okay, I won't get into it without calling up too many people. That no one's gonna heal you in this lifetime other than yourself.
Wow. It took $2,500?
Yeah.
Honestly, that might have been a shortcut.
Oh my! I don't even want to get into it.
You might have spent more than that in
We'll
therapy.
have to do another podcast on how people are really raking it in on poor people, desperate people looking for
Healing is
Healing.
like super trendy right now.
Oh my God, no, girl, you don't need it.
I've been on a healing journey for like almost 10 years, and so it's just different for me.
And right, but
now
only
it's
you could
trendy.
heal yourself. No, you can do things to help aid that. But only you from within yourself can heal yourself. Not somebody's $700 or $1,000 program, not some lady that's telling you she's removing things from you. You can heal yourself when you want to face the music. And I, my ladies and gentlemen, don't want to face the music yet, so I'll let you know when I am
She's
healed.
not ready.
I'll let you know when I'm healed.
Plus size fashion brands need to stop
Using plus size models, use real people.
Ooh. Is there a
It
big
sells better.
difference?
It sells
better.
It sells better. It looks like AI when you use a plus size model. It's not generic. I mean, that was my sell point. I never used them people, and I brought in hundreds, if not more than thousands of dollars. And people were like, oh, her website's like not professional. It was professional. I had ghost imaging. I had all those, and it just didn't sell. And the more I used myself, the better the sales were.
If I could say one thing to my younger self, it would be...
That your people are going to find you, and you'll find your people. That you're not alone.
The weirdest comment I've gotten online is,
not appropriate.
It's not appropriate.
I'll think of a good one. The weirdest comment online.
Because I feel like
I've gotten like,
you've run the gamut.
Can you send me a picture of your toes?
No.
What color?
Really?
Yeah, people will send me someone will send me a screenshot of zoomed in my leg. Be like, what color nail polish on your toes? Like, that's weird. Like, that's weird, guys.
That's too much.
Like, if you wouldn't
Y'all
say it to
are
my
too
face, guys,
invested.
if you wouldn't say it to my face, don't send it to me online. It's weird. Like, I look at influencers and I'll send something, I'll screenshot it, and I'll send it to my sister on WhatsApp. Because I also always get, like, people...
The by mistake responses.
Yeah, last night I just had that. Did you see on my private status?
Yeah.
Someone by mistake swiped up and was like, because I do a closet sale, you know, because I'm a shopaholic. So I did a closet sale, and someone literally swiped up and she's like, oh, so now she sells replicas in Target? And I wrote back like, oh my God, isn't that crazy? Because she meant to send it to her friend.
Of course.
And she was talking about me.
Guys, don't do it.
And I wrote back to her, oh my God, isn't that crazy? Why would she do that? And she wrote back, wow, I'm so embarrassed, but also love the confidence. And I'm like, yeah. And
Why wouldn't I be?
And I sat next to my sister who was helping with the closet sale, and I'm like, should I care? And she's like, do you? I'm like, not really, because at the end of the day, people buying it.
Honestly, I feel like as I get older, I'm just more and more confident in every decision.
No, I just stopped caring what other people think.
Yeah.
I mamish really only care about what my family. I'm literally talking about my mother, my father, my brother, my sister,
Your husband.
my husband, and my child think. I don't think I even care like what my grandparents think, what my aunts and uncles think. Like they probably cringe at my social media anyways. Like it's okay. I just care what my people, because those are my inner people. Those are the people that want to see me succeed, want to see me grow, want to see me win at life. Some people, my friends, right? I have a lot of friends, thank you. But some people want to say to my face that they want to see me win, and some people secretly don't want to see you win. And like that's okay, but like those are my inner people that do want to see me win. So like that's where I'm invested in who I take my advice from. You know, like I don't know, like not to say that I want to compare somebody that sends me advice online to a homeless person, but like would I take advice from somebody I walk past in the street? No.
Probably
That's
not.
how I view it in my brain.
I kind of hear that.
That's how I view it. I'm just
Unfortunately, because we have parasocial relationships now, which is like you think you're best friends with everyone you follow online.
It happens to me, by the way. I've met some really great people
me too.
online.
Yeah,
like,
I've made real friends.
Right. I've made real friends. Like Etta, do you know Beauty by Etta?
Yeah.
So I met her through social media, and we're like really good friends. Like I don't even post that we FaceTime or talk. Like I actually love my relationship with her, and like it's all from social media. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can meet really good people. Not to say that I don't care about people's opinions, but if somebody random, Sarah G376,
1257.
oh my God, why are you doing this? Or cringe, or that's a horrible movie. Like, okay, moving along.
Yeah. It's funny how we read those comments, and yeah, I would never leave those comments to anyone.
And how do we know each other? Because I know you from high school.
I know you from high school.
So how
we
did
had
you-
friends in common.
Is that how we know each other?
And
Is
then,
that
like, we
Passaic
would
girl and Flatbush girl?
Yeah, because I went to Manhattan, so I had a lot of friends that lived in a lot of different communities, and so I kind of met people from all over at a
'Cause I
very young
remember
age.
coming to your house in Passaic, so like I'm just like
I don't know how that happened, but we've known each other for quite some time, honey.
crazy.
Like, how
Like,
old are
I
we?
feel like we've also watched
I'm
each other
30,
evolve. No,
so you know me at least 15 years?
more.
Like, you probably know me since I'm in like 9th or 10th grade, right?
10th
Okay.
grade.
So I was probably like 15. Yeah.
What I'm saying is like even just me and you, right, sitting across from each other. How cool is it that we've seen each other evolve? I've
Yeah.
seen you be a different person and mature and be a mother. Like it's just crazy.
Life is so beautiful. And
I
we've
feel
worn
like
so
this
many
is what
different
it's
hats.
supposed to be. Like I
Yeah.
feel like we have this idea of what it should be, but like this is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be that, like, you know.
I talk about this a lot, that when I was younger and I would think about the future, right? We saw not so many different looking paths in front of us. And maybe it was just that the world was just not aware of what was to come. And I think a lot has changed in the last 10 years. But when we were younger, we thought life was going to look a certain way. And for most people around us, they kind of more or less followed that path, that like
yeah,
ideal
of course.
path.
That's what I was saying before, where you have like the
And-
structure you think it should be,
Yeah.
or where you need to be at.
And it's funny because I, of course, like any other girl, so badly wanted my life to look like that.
Me
But
too.
when I got there, it just changed so dramatically in so many different ways that I could have never predicted. If you would have told my younger self all of the things that I am now, she would absolutely not have believed you, or would have been very afraid.
What do you think about that trend, by the way? speaking to your younger self. Did you see that?
You know what? I don't know if I'm ready to speak to my younger self, but that is a good trend. And I
You
do
do
think,
like it?
yeah, you know what's funny? I know a lot of people who journal to their younger selves or talk to like a picture of their younger selves.
Well, it's a
therapy.
form of like
yeah.
IFS or EMDR or something, one of those.
It's
like you're
I
supposed
think
to
it's
talk,
IFS.
something.
Yeah,
You're supposed to
like
talk to your younger
something.
self.
But you know,
I don't know. To me, the concept seems weird. I've tried it in therapy. It just seems weird. Like,
I'm the
I
same
should
way
say,
as
like,
you, where like I'm a little bit too
I'm
realistic.
too much of a deep thinker. Like I'm too much like, what?
I feel like I'm too realistic to do those type of exercises sometimes.
Would you want anything in your life to change?
From where I am now, no, but I'm sure if you would have asked me a couple of years ago, I would have been like, I am so confused and I don't know where I'm going that, yeah, maybe.
So that's how I felt like a bunch of years ago. I would have wanted to change a lot of things. And now I'm just like, it really was like a stepping stone. And it sucked. It sucked.
Yeah,
so
no, it sucks so bad.
So many things hurt and so many times really were very lonely. But I feel like it also really brought me to where I am. Not to say my life is amazing. I'm not painting you roses and candy.
No. I think that
and I'm not
people
to
need
say
a
my life is
reality
so
check.
hard either. But
I have so much going on that like I just don't feel like I need to talk about publicly.
Yeah.
In my day to day, those are my challenges. That's it.
Right. So,
and those are the things that I'm going to deal with for the rest of my life.
I still wouldn't want to change it, and I don't want anyone else's.
I don't want anyone else's stuff.
Yeah.
I really don't.
There's always going to be someone richer than you and prettier than you and skinnier than you.
Or funnier.
Yeah, and I still don't think, I don't know.
Good question.
Yeah. Any other games we shall play?
No, that was my only game. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm honored. This was a lot of fun, honestly.
Thank you.
I feel like you need to get soda.
A little bit like therapy.
Soda.
You want me to get like Diet Cokes?
With like cups that say Pod by Pen.
DJ, you need to get Diet Cokes. You only got Sprite.
We need like a cup that says Pod by Pen.
He has more drinks in the thing.
Pod by Pen, you need to get a cup.
I know. By the way, I'm having my husband order me the boxes. So those will be ready in like
yeah.
It takes like a month apparently.
That's very cool.
You have it? Really? Oh, he already ordered it. I feel bad. Okay, let me close out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. What a freaking blast this was. I really had such a good time. I feel like we touched on a lot of great things.
Honestly,
but I feel like we also didn't
from topic to topic.
We didn't scratch the surface too much.
But you know what? You would be sitting here for days.
Oh yeah.
We could talk for a very long time.
Maybe I should write a book.
Honestly, if you have free time right now,
would you read it?
Yeah, I'll read anything. I'm a big bookworm.
A reader? Okay.
Yeah, big bookworm.
I don't know. I feel like I have so much to say and so much to add. I really enjoyed being here. Yeah, I enjoyed being here. I
can't wait to see what the next era brings.
Yeah, and I love this new journey for you. I feel like this is going to be so fun.
It will be.
Now watch.
I have plans.
Watch, everyone.
Subscribe.
Yeah.